express my gender and queerness just by being myself, and I've always been myself. The language and terms are continuously evolving. There's new things that could always just appear out of nowhere if we're open enough to look into ourselves and really kind of express that. I think I did everything from like religious studies and music to the sciences that are part of the environmental science curriculum, which is biology, chemistry, and geography. My sexual orientation is asexual, and if you go under the asexual umbrella, there's multiple terms, and I currently feel that the terms that best represent the way my sexual orientation goes is QPO reciproco asexual. I realized that when I was writing my thesis, I didn't like using she, her pronouns at all, and switched it to they, them, and really started to explore that and took advantage of the counseling that's available as a university student to kind of explore some of that with a counselor as well. So my romantic orientation is panromantic, and then my gender identity is agender, and my gender expression, it goes all over the spectrum. I came out during the election in 2019 as agender, and that's kind of, I had just figured it out a couple of months before that. I think it just comes from having a really supportive community in Lethbridge to be able to come out. So Red Deer and Lethbridge are very small cities, so you don't know what you don't know, right? And I would definitely say that being able to go into these larger communities, like university and college, where you're interacting with people from all over the world, you get a chance to really explore the different identities that are out there and find what fits you if you haven't already found that. So I was very fortunate that my aunt is a sister of St. Martha's. Coming out to her and stuff, it was easier sometimes than coming out to the rest of the family and friends, because she was like, oh yeah, we learned about that in the 60s and it's amazing and everyone has their own role to play, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. So it's like, it's great to have that type of a role model. Lethbridge Pride, I think, was kind of like the entry way, though. You'd go to the festivals, meet people, find out where they would hang out, or different organizations that you could join and volunteer with, or find support groups. And it was great to be a part of that and open those doors. And like, once you open one, a whole bunch of them open, and it can be hard to find that one though, because I think Lethbridge has become better at being more accessible to people, especially new people coming to Lethbridge and stuff, so that they can be found. It can be very exhausting and draining just being in other areas that maybe haven't quite updated their education and self-awareness and business protocols to be more inclusive, and those can be draining. It can work the other way too, where it's like you find a lot of support on social media, I find, and as much as people tend to say there's a lot of negativity about social media, there's also a lot of positive, especially for those of us who are in minority groups who are trying to find other people like us. So it just opens a lot more possibilities and support systems. And those are all, as many venues that can be open that way is important, whether they're physical spaces or online spaces. My history of being an activist is, like just attending rallies, writing letters, talking to government officials, and when getting exhausted of their lack of response, running against them in a federal election. I would say, even though I knew that there was no chance of winning as a Green Party candidate in the Lethbridge riding, it was really important to me to be able to advocate. It was a learning curve for the media too, I find. Some of their articles would come out with the wrong pronouns, and then we would bring it up, or someone else would bring it up, and they would go in and edit it, which was awesome. I found that all of the Lethbridge news media were very kind in that regard and did their best the safer we can make our communities for people to be who they are, the more people are coming out. And it's not that we weren't there before, it's just it wasn't safe for us to be there, or we weren't given the chance to understand who we fully are. Yeah, I will always consider myself to be a part of Lethbridge's 2S LGBTQIA plus community. It's where I found myself, and it's in a way one of my birthplaces, you could call it. And so it will always hold a piece of my heart no matter where I go.